Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. You know, one of the most fun things that children in the shul have when there's an ufruf. That means the Shabbos before somebody gets married, it's customary that they give a choson on aliyah l'Torah. There's beautiful reasons for this. And after he finishes aliyah, people throw candies and people throw bags of food on the choson. And all the children come collecting the candies. Now, this is like any other minig that the Bnei Yisrael do. Every minig has a reason, a rhyme, beautiful insights in the in why we do so. And so too, this minig, it will symbolize simanim tovim by showering the choson with specific food items. The Gemara says, and Medrashim say that it's a symbol of siman tov. Now, even the details that the kids collect it and the women throw it, even that is mentioned in Svarim as a source and the reason why it should be done specifically that way. But I want to stop for a second and discuss a halacha concerning these pekalach. It's actually a halacha in Shulchan Aruch. The halacha in Shulchan Aruch is in the Rechaim Siman Kuf Ayin Aleph, where the Shulchan Aruch speaks about, the headline for that siman is, Shaloi linig bizayim ba'ichlin. You're not allowed to act disrespectful, do something to ruin food. Not only for bal tashchis, it's more than that. It's not do anything to food to make it bad. You're not allowed to do so. And the Shulchan Aruch begins in that siman speaking about if it only applies to bread, does it apply to any other food, etc., etc. So you look in Siman Kuf Ayin Aleph, Seif Dalid, there's a clear din. Mamshichin Yayim B'Tinoros Lifnei Choson v'Kallah. It must have been a custom that they used to, as the Mishnah Berurah says, as a Siman Tov, to show a good symbol, a good sign that in Meretz Hashem, this Choson v'Kallah, only good should flow. So there was a minig that they would bring tinoros, pipes, or some kind of kalim full of wine and wine flowing through. But the halacha says, V'hu she'yikablenu b'kli b'fiat sinner. And as the wine is flowing through in front of them, somebody at the other end where it's open has to chap the wine. You can't let the wine go to waste because that would be wasting food. So we see already that even in Shulchan Aruch there's a din that discusses different food items that are poured or used as a siman tov for a choson v'kallah. So we started off with the wine, and you can't let it go to waste. But then he says, v'zorikin lifneihem, and you're allowed to throw the choson and kallah. Now this is not talking about the ufruf. This is already, the Gemara Ksubis also talks about during the chasna to show that it's a happy time. Or the Gemara says that even during different chasnas they threw different things to know if the kallah is a psula or not, etc., etc. So the Shulchan Aruch says, "V'zorikin lifneihem." You are allowed to throw in front of the choson v'kallah. Kolayos is a different, like today would be a type of candy. Ve'egoizim and nuts. If it's b'yimais hachama in the summer season, you're allowed to throw these things. She'einam nimasim, because even if you throw them, they won't get ruined and looking bad if they fall on the ground. Avaloi b'mais hakshamim. If it's the winter season or it's wet, somewhere where it's rainy, you're not even allowed to throw these foods. Mipnei shenim asim, because they become bad. They get dirty and they become bad when they are on. Then they fall when you throw them. Avaloi gluskais l'olam. To throw cakes, cookies, or things like that you're never allowed to do. Something like a nuts, which specifically, it's actually brought in the Sifrei Drush, that there is specific reasons why they throw nuts. Nuts, even though it has a shell outside, and now that the couple opens up to each other, there's many beautiful reasons. But even the nuts should not be thrown unless it's not in a dirty place or wet place, and because we have to be concerned about the bizui oichlin. Says the Mishnah Berurah, even though the nuts have a shell and the food part of the nut doesn't get dirty, nevertheless, if it's rainy or if it's a place where there's water, where there's mud, and it gets dirty, it makes it look disgusting. And because it will be disgusting, Ika hefsed eichlin, you're ruining food. Says the Mishnah Berurah, Yesh mekaymes, there are those places that even today they throw tzumukim, raisins, in front of the choson, b'shabes shelifnei choson lasoi, v'lo yofahein oisim. It's not proper to throw raisins, sherakim hein, because raisins are soft, v'nemosim, they'll get ruined, it won't be nice, and you're ruining food. So we see clearly that halachically, even though there's beautiful reasons for the minhag to throw candies or whatever, nuts, raisins, whatever you may find a reason for, but there's issues if the food becomes bad. And the halacha clearly says, whereas cakes, of course, pas, you b'chlal not allowed to throw. You have to show honor and respect for that. Why is it that we do find there are some people that till today they'll put in the cookies or things in a bag when it seems to be a clear din of Shulchan Aruch that you shouldn't do so. So in different achronim, they bring different reasons why today's days, perhaps you could even throw cookies or cakes, gluskos. One reason is because most of the time, when you put a piece of cake, a piece of cookie in there, you're putting in less than a kazayas. So if it's less than kazayas, there is no big deal. I can't say there is no deal because we know you have to be makbid even on crumbs for bread. But cakes, less than a kazayas, maybe some are meko. Another reason is we're not throwing the cake straight out. You're putting the cake in a bag. If you're putting the cake in a bag, there is not such a big problem of busy oichlim. And the last reason is some say that only bread that you make hamoitzi on, you're not allowed to throw. But cakes, some say you could be more easy. However, a lot of poskim disagree with this. A lot of poskim say that even by cake, not only by bread, even when it's in a bag, you shouldn't throw it. And it seems to be that's what the halacha in Shulchan Aruch clearly says. Avoloi gluskos la'olam.